And I'm sorry to any bus drivers out there. I'm sorry. Eboni K Williams had to diss y'all like that, man. And if any of y'all wanted to shoot y'all shot at her, unfortunately, it's denied. Let's get into this context, man. Oh, man.
Would you date a bus driver? Would you date
if he owns the bus? If he owns it. If he owns the bus.
See, that's a problem. That's a problem. That's a problem. Okay. Because the standards and requisites, and I'm not talking about him laying on his sofa playing video games all day. I'm not talking about that. But the standards and the criteria that we use to measure men is off for who we are as women and who they are in this society. I would date a bus driver if he loved driving the bus, if he was a man of integrity, if he was good to his mama, if he treated me well.
Not gonna lie, Eboni K Williams, she's kind of cute, man. But I doubt she would date a warehouse worker if she wouldn't even date a damn bus driver. You know what I'm saying? I can't even lie. I feel like in that clip right there, everything Iyanla said right after Eboni K Williams said if he owned a bus, everything Iyanla said after that went in this ear and came out of that one. Or maybe it went in this ear and came out of that one, bro. And you could honestly tell that whatever Iyanla was saying was not registering to Eboni K Williams. Like, explaining to a little kid why they shouldn't do this and do that. And, like, they hearing you. Like, you know they're hearing you because they're right there. But they're not listening to what's being said. They're stuck in their ways. They're not going to change. Because just imagine that. Imagine that for a second. Oh, my God. Imagine someone asks you if you would date a bus driver, and your first response is only if they own the bus. Like, what? Just imagine that for a second. At that point, someone who has that mentality, someone who has that mindset, it don't matter what anyone could say to them to possibly try to change their mind. They're not changing their mind after that. Like, it's so crazy the times that we're living in these days. Women, like, a lot of women don't want to date guys who work a 9 to 5. I'm like, they only want to date entrepreneurs. They want guys who make it 6 figures. It's like what? It's like, guys, it's like we have no dog in this fight, bro. But I'm gonna get into this later. I can't wait to speak about this shit, man. Let's watch these next 2 clips.
Well, that's okay, as long as you're doing your best. Well, listen, I love and believe in the excellence of black men. So no, my dear, C's and D's or any other form of mediocrity is not okay.
Cute. I'm not gonna lie, man, she's mad cute, man. Let's check out this next clip, though.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with driving a bus. My mother Gloria drove one for years. But could it be that Black America has been sold a narrative of average, regular, and typical being good enough for us? Well, see, that's called white supremacy. And in this case, it takes the form of conditioning Black Americans to happily accept being a permanent American underclass.
I'm not gonna lie, she lost me in that clip, bro. There's no way. There's no way she pulled a white supremacy card, bro. There's no way she pulled a white supremacy card. You gotta, like, I know you gotta pull a race card. You gotta pull the disparity card. You gotta pull all them damn cards. I'm surprised, like, she pulled the black woman card in one of the clips too. Like, honestly, all she needed was the LG TV card. That's all the card. That's all the cards she needed to pull, man. But I'm watching that clip and I'm like, that's white supremacy. Like, as if there's not white bus drivers out there. As if there's not, people, guys of the Caucasus Mountain who works as a bus driver or who works as, average jobs. She's acting like only people of color are in the underclass. I can kind of agree when she says, people of color tend to be more okay with being in the underclass. I tend to agree with that to a certain extent. But that's not to say being, average or whatever the case is, making average income is a bad thing. She made it seem like being a bus driver was a bad thing. And I know she denied that shit, but you watch that first clip and most people would come to that conclusion. Oh, so what's wrong with being a bus driver then? That would have been my first response. Ayanna should have asked her that. What's wrong with being a damn bus driver? Like, it's crazy watching those clips. It's like she's pretty much shitting on average people. I mean, that's a lawyer, by the way. I understand. Of course, someone in that level, someone of that caliber is gonna, look down and be condescending. That's to be expected if I'm being real. But she don't understand it's average people that make the world go around. It's not until the 19 that I realized that. It really is average people that make the world go around. It's average people that affect your day-to-day lives more than you think. I'm not gonna lie, man. I miss Kevin Samuels in a situation like this, bro. He advocated so heavily for, average men. He advocated for them. Them bus drivers that she dissed, he would advocate for them. You want to date a bus driver because they're not good enough for you. That's pretty much what you're trying to say, or what she was trying to say. She tried to reverse it at the end, but that's pretty much what she was trying to say. And one last thing, right? So this narrative was coming up. I saw it. Oh, only black women are expected to lower their standards to raise a guy up and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is what I said earlier. I'm so glad to talk about this shit. I'm like, all right, fine. Fine. Y'all don't lower your standards. Keep your standards as high as y'all want to. Y'all see those divorce rates or the very low marriage rates for people of color? And you wonder why, right? So them same mediocre or average guys that women like Eboni K Williams and women that look like her shit on and disparage and talk bad about, they go overseas, find a nice Hispanic woman who's gonna love them. They go overseas, find a nice Asian woman that's gonna love them. Now what? So guess what? Y'all keep your standards as high as y'all want to. Men are not gonna complain. Long as they're doing something, they're successful, they're making salary or making a good hourly a good hourly wage, they gonna go overseas and find someone who's gonna love them. Average or whatever. They're gonna get someone Asian, white, whatever. Let me know what y'all think, though. I'm not gonna lie. She started a little firestorm with this one, man. I had to talk about this, bro. Let me know what y'all think. Do you think bus driver is like an average thing? Do you think being a bus driver is an average job? Let me know what y'all think, though, man. She made it to the end. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe. Thank you. More videos coming soon, man.